Once upon a time, there was an old king who knew he was nearing the end of his life. He had a faithful servant named John, who had served him loyally for many years. The king called John to his side and said, "Dear faithful John, I have one last request for you. Promise me that you will take care of my son, the young prince, and guide him wisely." John promised to serve the young prince with the same loyalty and dedication. After the old king passed away, the young prince became the new king. Faithful John advised him wisely, and the young king grew to trust him deeply. One day, faithful John showed the young king a portrait of a beautiful princess from a distant land. The king was instantly captivated and decided he must marry her. John warned him that the journey to win her would be dangerous, but the king insisted. They set off on a ship, and faithful John used his wisdom to protect the king from various dangers. When they reached the princess's land, John disguised himself and won the princess's trust. She agreed to marry the king, and they set sail back home. During the journey, faithful John overheard three ravens speaking. They revealed three dangers that awaited the king and the princess. First, a magnificent horse would try to kill the king. Second, a wedding garment would be poisoned. Third, the queen would fall unconscious and die unless certain conditions were met. Faithful John knew he had to prevent these dangers without revealing the secrets to the king, as he would turn to stone if he did. When they returned, faithful John acted swiftly. He killed the magnificent horse that attacked the king, threw the poisoned garment into a fire, and sucked 3 drops of blood from the queen's chest when she fell unconscious. The king, not understanding John's actions, was furious and had him imprisoned. Before his execution, faithful John told the king the whole truth, turning into stone as he did. The king, heartbroken, placed a statue of faithful John in his chamber and often wept before it. Years later, the queen gave birth to twins. One day, the queen overheard the statue of faithful John speaking, saying he could be restored if the king would sacrifice his twin children and smear their blood on the statue. Though horrified, the king loved faithful John so much that he did as instructed. The statue turned back into faithful John, and to their astonishment, the twins were miraculously restored to life. Faithful John lived on, serving the king and queen with unwavering loyalty. The kingdom prospered under their reign, and the tale of faithful John's loyalty was told for generations.